Hey everybody, this is Stephen Bonacore, the Podfather of Gaming, and I am here today with a very special guest, one you likely do not know, but she is an extremely important person in hobby gaming right now. She is Angela Tao, the 2023 World Series of Board Gaming Champion. Angela, thank you so much for being on my channel with me. This is awesome.
Thank you, Stephen, for having me, and thanks for the grand introduction.
Well, you deserve it. I mean, that's an amazing achievement to have won at the World Series of Board Gaming, which takes a lot of time playing a whole bunch of games, and we'll get into like the entire journey there. But before we do with the actual event and your win, give me a little brief about, well, who is Angela Tao in real life and maybe non-gaming life, and then how you fit into just being a hobby gamer as well.
Awesome. So yeah, Angela Tao, which is me, I was born and raised in Guangzhou, China, and I moved to North America about 15 years ago for schools. I've lived in Vancouver, Canada for the last 7 years, and I proudly call it my home. So by night, as you know, I'm a very avid board game player, but my daily job is an AI engineer where I build machine learning softwares. So I'm trying to combine both roles right now by doing some personal projects about using AI to write bots that can play abstract board games,
Oh, that's
which
very
is
cool.
a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's really cool. That's a good use of AI in gaming, as you
Yeah.
say. Some of them are controversial, but if you can create bots to play against humans, that's kind of a cool way of doing it too. So,
Yeah.
so you had a journey to compete, of course, at the World Series of Board Gaming, right? From playing games at home, as you say, at night, to attending. So, what was that like? How did you decide to come and compete last year in 2023 at the World Series of Board Gaming?
Yeah, so I have been playing lots of board games since the pandemic. And one day I was just thinking to myself, what if I can play board games for money? So I started Googling board game tournaments, and WSBG is the first thing I found. This was actually back in 2022, the year where when WSBG was actually born.
Mhm.
I told some of my board game friends, but I didn't end up going because it was the first year. I wasn't sure about the formats. Um, but one of my gaming friend, Brent, actually went and he actually won the third place and brought back home $5,000. And at that time, I was like, if Brent can do it, so can I.
Of course.
So yeah, I immediately signed up for the 2023 tournament.
That is great. And when you signed up, you decided to play in how many ring events, as we call them, and how did you do in your ring events?
I signed up for 4 events. I think, yeah, you can sign up for as little as one, but as many as four. So I signed up for four. I played Wingspan, Gaia Project, Castles Burgundy, and Cascadia. So I won 4 games of Castle of Burgundy and the won the entire ring event for that one.
Right. So you became the champion of Castles of Burgundy, right? And that's what
Yeah.
got you to the semifinals. How did you do in your other three events?
I think for the other events I won the first round. So I think I was a semifinalist for Gaia project, yeah. And I then won the first game of Wingspan and the first game of Cascadia.
So, I mean, so you obviously play a very big range of games here. Gaia Project being extremely heavy, right? And Cascadia being on the light side. And
Yeah.
of course, that kind of leads us into the fact that you played in the World Championship event, the final table, playing Seven Wonders. That was the
Yeah.
one that was selected kind of partly randomly because it had to be one of the ring events, but no ring game that anybody had played to get to that point. And you were
Yeah.
playing Seven Wonders for $25,000 plus like a $5,000 bracelet, plus you had already won the ring. How did you feel about that? I mean, such a light game and all that on the line.
Yeah, it was actually Splendor, not Silver Wonders,
Oh,
but
I'm sorry. I said the wrong one. Oh my God, they're going to kill me for that. Splendor was the final game. Okay.
yeah, but you're right. It's also a kind of a lighter game that actually I don't have tons of experience playing. I played a few games on BGA, and my ELO points was 100 points, which was kind of hard because you have to keep losing to stay at exactly 100. But that was my level for this game. But it was great. I think I did better than I would normally do at Splendor. Yeah, it was great to play a variety of games because the semifinal was Gaia Project, like you mentioned. It was like a very heavy game. Yeah.
That was the path. So you won Castles of Burgundy, right? And
Yeah.
that was 3 games to get to that, to win that ring, right?
4 games. Four
Four
games.
games. You had to win 4 games there.
Yeah.
Then you got into the semifinal and you won at Gaia Project. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that is a tremendous game. And then finally for the world championship and $25,000 and the bracelet, Splendor. Um, I mean, did it weigh on your mind? What was the feeling, I guess, going on inside you as you were playing that? Was it the money? Was it the prestige? Was it some other combination?
It was, yeah, although it's funny, like I signed up for the money, but at the moment during the final game, I wasn't even thinking about the money at all. All it matters at that moment was the grand title of world champion, of course. So it was afterwards, when the money hit my bank account, that I started realizing, oh, that's a very good chunk of money.
And they paid you out very well and in time,
Yeah,
which is great. So
yes,
so one thing I'd love to bring up, of course, is that you represent such a wonderful part of board gaming community.
yeah.
You represent multiple underserved groups within gaming. I mean, how do you feel that you are the world champion? You're a woman. You're a member of the LGBTQ community, and you're the world champion. I mean, that's cool. I know for me, the moment that I saw this and everybody who was like a part of it was so excited by that.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I do tick a lot of boxes for minorities and for diversities. I am actually very proud of myself, and I'm also happy that you guys are really excited for me, because I can genuinely feel like people are excited that I won the tournament. So back at home, there's a huge LGBTQ gaming group in Vancouver. And one of my gaming group is actually all the gamers. We call ourselves
The,
gamers.
the
And
gamers, right?
yeah, and they are some of the smartest and the best players I've ever seen. So the LGBTQ Gamer Vancouver group has about 1,500 members on our Discord channel. And and we host like 2 to 3 live events every month, and about 30 people will join. So it's actually a very large group. And even at WSBG, I met quite a few LGBTQ participants, and I just genuinely feel like WSBG is a very safe and welcoming environment,
No,
which is great.
I'm glad you say that too. And the WSBG has a diversity committee. We ensure that everybody is going to feel safe and welcome. So it's good that you're here and you're saying that that is indeed the case. Um,
Yeah.
the one of the most amazing things that after you so graciously won, and I mean you were such a gracious winner, and you gave your acceptance speech at the end there. If you don't mind, I'm going to read what you said, and I'd like you to discuss this because I thought it was brilliant and beautiful. And maybe if I get the chance, I can splice in. I have this on another video. I can splice it right in here if I can.
To all the female players out there, every one of you is smart enough, analytical enough, and strategic enough,
and throat cutting enough to win any light, medium, or heavy board games. You can do it.
Yeah! Yeah! You said to all the female players, every one of you is smart enough, analytical enough, strategic enough, and cutthroat enough, and you got a lot of applause for that point, to win any light, medium, or heavy board games. You can do it. I loved that statement. Was that something you thought about before you started your speech, or how did that come out?
Yes. So when I was waiting for the little ceremony, I had to think about organize a few thoughts, and this is the first thing that I actually have thought about. After I gave my speech, there's someone who came to me and said my speech has made her tear up. I feel very happy, and because it can actually inspire other female participants. Yeah, I think I said you can win every light, medium, and heavy weighted game because, like I mentioned, my winning journey is actually comprises of Gaia Project, Splendor, and Castle of Burgundy, which are actually three games that differ wildly in their complexity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think there may be a prejudice in the gaming group that female players tend to play, lighter and cuter games. Yeah, I mean, it may be true that some of us prefer different games, but I think we are intellectually and competitively equivalent. Yes.
Absolutely, 100%. And I think it was, while obviously there are more men that are there, I think that there was a fairly decent representation of both genders and of all the groups out there. So, and we'll get better and better, of course, as time goes on, as we as board gamers get more people into the hobby. So that was great. 2024, it's coming up, the World Series of Board Gaming 2024. Are you playing?
I am playing. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You already have your reservations? You got your ticket? I guess they gave you the ticket, right? Did you win a ticket too? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it secret for now what events I will be joining. But yes, I'm definitely playing. Yeah, I try to not to give myself a lot of pressure that I have to, do really well in 2024. I mean, I will try my best, but I also just try enjoying the events.
Right.
Yeah, and trying to meet more gamers out there to, just to enjoy the entire thing.
One of my questions, of course, was what games you're going to play in, but I wasn't even going to let you answer that. Let them all worry. All the other players will worry about what you're going to enter in because you're the person to beat right now, right? And good old Hans from 2022, he'd won then. Everybody was kind of like looking at him as the person to beat. Now it's you. So that's great.
Yeah.
Any last words for anybody out there, especially about the event and if they should come? Anything like that you'd like to mention?
Yeah, I keep telling all my friends, and I will say the same to you, whoever is watching, just come join us. This is such a great event, and if I can win it, you can too. Everybody has a shot at winning this amazing event.
Angela, thank you so much for being here and spending this short amount of time with me. I think this is going to be great for other people to hear, and I can't wait to see you. I'll be there, not playing because I'm not good enough. But everybody out there has a chance to win, as you said. So, Angela, thank you so much. The 2023 World Series of Board Gaming champion, Angela Tao. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.